Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the dog. So welcome back all my puppy pals. Let's find out how you guys are doing this week as we shuffle these up and find 3 cards for you guys. Let's start about there, and we'll take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got a white and 2 blacks, and it's very easy to see those negatives and go, oh no, it's all doom and gloom. But black isn't always an attack, and white isn't always all right. It all depends on the compatibility of those cards when we flip them over. So, first off, what we've got is the snake, the negative karmic sign. However, it is in the positive, and the snake and the dog actually have a mild amount of compatibility. So, it's not necessarily a bad card at all. What we are seeing here is an avoidance of confrontation. We're seeing a very chaotic period, or a very, I suppose in some ways, unsettled time. But it's not affecting you so much. It's not affecting you. You're avoiding the confrontation. You're actually coming away from the chaos. This is quite good. This is a time that you could potentially actually feel that you can trust you were in the right place at the right time, despite the rough waters and the rocky kind of things that are going on around you. So don't worry if there is sort of chaos going on around you right now, and you may feel a little bit like, oh dear, what are you going to do? Or you're a bit worried it's going to affect you. I don't think it will. I think this is like a time of self-preservation. So whatever you're doing, this is good. Keep doing that. Just keep doing what you're doing right now. I think you can be faithful to yourself in that, and it will work out for you. This could also be a time of that negative karma coming in and affecting those around you, and that may be what you're seeing. That may be something that you may be experiencing, but you won't actually be affected by that. You'll just be you kind of will in a way, because you'll just be forced to watch everybody around you have to deal with that. So if you can be all right with that, then it won't necessarily affect you that much. I think right now this is a time for you to kind of lock down and be a little bit more private as well. Be a little bit more secretive with some information. You could be overindulgent with something that you've said to somebody. You might need to kind of watch that a little bit, and don't give too much away too much to somebody that may be asking a few questions. I think right now it's good to be suspicious, especially of strangers and people you might not trust. As I say, trust you and what you're doing. Remain well guarded, and keep your business, basically. My lovely puppy friends. We have a negative here, but it's in the horse. So that's not necessarily a bad card at all. The horse and the dog are a very compatible match. Same triangles, same communicators, same communication triangles, same sort of group of mediators and negotiators. However, what we are looking at here is the horse that is in the negative. So we're not going anywhere. We're not moving forward. Because I think you feel deep down that there isn't something, or you feel deep down that there is something that isn't right at the moment. You're feeling something that, well, hang on a second, it's something's not adding up. As I say, I think you're right to be suspicious. I think you're right to potentially avoid the confrontation and the sort of chaos around you, because it's almost like it's instigated, and it could be all panning. It could all it all could pan out in a way that makes sense in the future, and you could find that out without having to get involved. Like, it will all be revealed for you, so you don't necessarily have to get involved in any of this. So again, I think this self-preservation, this avoiding confrontation, is a good thing. Unfortunately, it does mean that you're not going to be moving forward. It does mean that you're not going to be able to, I suppose, in some ways, progress as quickly as you would like. But sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes that's just the sacrifice you have to make to avoid those conflicts or things like this, and that should be your top priority. That should be your consideration. As I say, is to avoid those conflicts and those confrontations, because they're only temporary. I don't think they're going to be lasting for long. I think they will swiftly move through, but until they've moved on and they've kind of resolved themselves or fizzled out from your space, you can't move. It's like the cars in front of you have come to a stop on the motorway. You're not going to the same location as them. You're not going in the same direction as of them after the second exit or whatever. But for now, you've still got to sit behind them and wait for them to move. And that's what you've kind of got to do with this. You've got to kind of wait for it to move on. And even though it's not coming with you all the way to the final destination, you do still right now have to wait for it to move before you can actually progress. But because it's not going to be with you long term, as soon as it is off at the next exit, or you're off at the next exit, it should be free flowing after that. Kind of, maybe. We got the rat card there. It's still in that negative. It is a doer. So again, we're not doing anything. We're not moving forward. We're not getting anything done. The dog and the rat, they are mildly compatible. They can get on, though they do have, I guess, a different set of priorities. So maybe this is a suggestion that you change your priorities slightly in order to get things done that you may not necessarily have had the time to do, or may have seemed sort of trivial or unnecessary before. But while you're sitting around waiting, why not just get them done? While you've got nothing to do, while you're waiting for something to happen, while you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs, why not actually start to do something that you've been putting off, or get something done that, may not necessarily be a priority, but at least you could cross it off the list now while you're waiting for something to do. That is a doer card after all. I think right now this could have something to do with family, someone close to you, something that's involving, again, that suspicion, that thought process of something isn't right. There is something in the way, or something happening, like something just doesn't add up. I think it could be somebody in your family. It could be somebody that is close to you. I think as you start to investigate, maybe as you start to see it more, as time starts to go on, as I say, it'll all come to the light anyway, so you'll be able to see it without getting involved. And I think when the penny drops, things will then start to change. Things will start to get moving again, and you won't feel as stuck or helpless or stagnant. You'll be able to actually get involved once again and be like, oh, I'm glad that's over and done with. I'm glad that we've now got through that phase. And I think it will happen. It may take a little while, but this is temporary. Unfortunately, because it is something that is around you, you can't just avoid it to a greater extent than you already are. But what you can do is avoid the conflict that it's trying to drag you into. So I think that is something that is going to then turn this all around, and it will just make you fight battles that aren't yours to fight for the sake of fighting, because you've been dragged into it. And I don't think that is something that is worth your time. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth your sort of attention. As I say, what is worth your attention is getting things done that you may not necessarily have had the time to do before. That's worth your attention. Productive things, not getting drawn into the conflicts. I do think it is a good idea to avoid those conflicts at all costs, no matter how many people insinuate that you aren't pulling your weight or you're not showing enough support for something in particular. If I was you, I would just keep my head down for now and get through this with as much dignity as possible. But we'll find out, won't we, how you get on with that next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the dog. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the pig. So if you are interested, I'll see you over there. If not to worry, I will just see you in a reading for the dog again next week. However, if you would like a more intimate or in-depth personal reading, then you can now find a link below to the Patreon, where there are lots of options for you to pick for readings for yourself. But again, no obligation. I will just see you next week. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.